Hey scrappers, welcome to another video. So today we are going to be getting into this to see what's inside. It was off of a piece of medical equipment I got a while back. As you can see, it's a nice stainless steel outer casing, and this looks like aluminium. So I'll just take all these screws out and see what we've got to play with. So I've just got to find a way to take these nuts off here that the screws went into, because they're steel, as you can see. But this outer casing is all aluminium. Sorry, it's all stainless. And like I suspected, these studs, if you will, on the outside all had nuts on the inside, so that's a piece of aluminium, that washer. And those two nuts are brass. And this, I think, is probably steel. Sorry, stainless steel. Just check it. There is a little bit of attraction, as you can see there, to the magnet. That's probably just the nickel content. So, and these terminals, these spade terminals here, should be copper. There you go. It's a nice bit of, when it zooms in for us, focuses, sorry. But yeah, there you go. Nice bit of copper there. That'll just go into the bucket to be melted down. They can come out later on. Take out this cable gland. And then we shall continue. Now, as I said, these are all connected on the inside with these brass nuts. Sometimes apply method works, sometimes it doesn't. Finally, those are all taken out. Next up will be trying to sort out all this cable. That'll go into the insulated copper wire bin because it's good copper. Right, now it's going to be a bit finicky to try and take these plugs out, as you can see, because they've got nuts on the other end, on this end, and screws on this end. So what I'll have to do is I'll have to hold this end and use my impact driver and try and get them out. It's going to need to be taken out with a screwdriver, because unfortunately I don't have the bit on my impact driver to fit into there, so it has to be by hand, unfortunately. Holding the nut on the other end seems to do the job, so we'll do it that way. So that wasn't actually all that tedious. I thought that would have been a lot more difficult. You know, seeing as I'm trying to film it all and whatnot. No, it actually came out quite nicely. So these plugs can just be put aside for now. See if it'll work for this. Beautiful. Ah, of course. Just had to bend that little side out of the way so I can get to the nut. There we go, that's out, that's out. Peel that sticker off after this. Take that screw out the rest of the way, and then there's another nice piece of clean stainless steel. And now this bad boy circuit breaker. Just undoing all the screws to get the cable out, as you see there. Take the frame off the back, take it off the makeshift bus bar. Now this is different entirely again. I'd show you, but I have to draw these out. Sorry. This is different again to the other one we took apart in the last video, because there has to be, because there's more current when this trips, there needs to be more of a remedying situation inside here. So if you can imagine, there'd be like a little stack, probably about 1 mil apart from each other, of metal strips, and that is what is called, I think, an arc flute, whereas when it trips, the arc is dissipated by the gaps in between the steel pieces, which dissipates the current. And this is your RCD again. I'll actually do a separate video on these for you guys so that you can see what's inside them, and I'll break them down. But again, this is different to this, whereas this will work on milliamps. This works on more overload, whereas this works on. So there you go, guys. Some circuit breakers. Well, this is a circuit breaker, and this is a RCD because of the 10 milliamps there, and because it's on a piece of medical equipment, it needs to have an RCD as per the regs. So here you go, guys. So there'll be some nice bits and pieces inside these on this circuit breaker and this RCD, which I'll do in a separate video. And now back to these. So all that's in here now is just essentially wire that needs to be taken apart as I'm doing here. So you see there, cut those terminals off. Now what I do, and I've shown this in the past as well, is I pretty much just take a box cutter, and then because it's multi-strand and it's thick multi-strand, and when I say multi-strand I'll show you what I mean, but you can hold it down and you can literally press into the plastic or the PVC coating and go like that and slice along, and it all comes off relatively nicely. Now I'm doing this towards me, you shouldn't do it towards you, and I'm doing it with cut proof gloves, as you can tell. See, these gloves don't cut. Because they're actually a form of woven Kevlar. But there you go. So thick multi-strand, and multi-strand, that's what I mean, multi-strand. It doesn't work with this type of cable because it's too thin, even though this cable is multi-strand as well, because the blade is harder than the softness of that copper. It'll tend to eat into it, like bury into it, and once that starts, it becomes a nightmare to try and to remedy. These ends should be copper as well, seeing as the terminals in the last video were. Yes, there's a nice little orange hue to it, so that can also go in the copper. And this goes into my nice clean copper, and this can go into the dirty copper. Right, so as you see here, guys, I'll clean all this stuff up off the screen. Just cut all these terminals off here and put all this cable, strip all this cable down and pull this cable into my clean copper. And that's all for today. So I hope that video was interesting for you guys. Thank you all for joining me. Take care, everyone. So guys, as you can see, we're all done. There's not too much to come out of these plugs, just little brass pieces in here which I will cut out. I'll take these off later on with the screwdriver and continue to undo all of this off of screen. We've got some nice brass pieces, as you can see here, and we got some nice stainless bits as well, aluminium as well. And yeah, these big pieces of stainless, as you can see there on the corner. So I hope that video was interesting for you guys. Thank you all for watching, and have a great day.